Drew's Creations, and I'm Andrew Byrne. And today we'll be doing a little bit more Python coding, I thought. Anyway, I got 7 entire views on my last video. Kind of crazy for what I usually get. I mean, I got 28 views in 3 years in my last video, and it's been about 3 days. And my last video on Python got 7, so that's pretty good. Anyway, I guess that means that you guys maybe want some more. And so I'm going to do a Pig Latin translator today, translating it English to Pig Latin. Anyway, one thing I need to tell you guys, I thought that I was showing my entire screen in the video, but apparently I was just sharing my tab. And so when I went up there and highlighted in the URL bar the URL of the compiler I'm using, it didn't end up showing on the video. And so I'll tell you what the URL is out loud. So it is programiz.com/python-programming/online-compiler/. Again, that is programiz.com/python-programming/online-compiler/. Got it? Okay. Anyway, I think I'll leave the code in the description, and I suggest that you watch the other video first. So, I guess you should subscribe and make sure that you don't miss out on any other videos, because you just missed out on my last video. Yeah, I probably won't get many subscribers. I never do. But I don't really care about the subscriptions. I just care about having fun and coding. Anyway, you can just go to Drew's Custom Creations and find the video there. It should be about programming a Python game. Okay, let's get started right now. So first of all, we should display the title and the directions of the code. So you need to use the print command, of course. So print pig Latin translator. Print space. Might seem a little weird, just print an empty space, but basically what it does is it skips a line. I mean, you could just use the /n command, but nah, whatever. And now the directions. They won't be as long as the other one, as the other program. Don't worry. Type out your message in English below. When you are done, press enter. Do not use any special characters or punctuation. Okay, now those directions are typed out. Let's make a new line using the same space thing. And we are at line 4, and that is 4 lines done, 42 left to go. Now let's make it so that the user can actually input in English words into the program. So what we will be using is our old friend, the input command. Message is equal to input. For those that don't know, we're just storing whatever the user wants to say into the message variable. And now we will make the message all lowercase, so that there aren't random capitalized lowercase words everywhere in the translation. So in order to do that, we use message is equal to message.lower, open and close parentheses. And this causes everything to be lowercase. And now let's just store some variables as empty so that we can have the computer ready to just use them and not freak out. So finished underscore product is equal to empty. Start is equal to 0. Counter is equal to 0. Word list is equal to open and close brackets. Now, what are the brackets all about? And list. What's a list? So a list in Python is just a whole bunch of items put together. So you can have a list full of integers like 1, 2, 3, or maybe float point numbers 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Perhaps full of strings, string, shoelace, or maybe full of Boolean things. Booleans. I keep forgetting the word of them. Anyway, it's basically Python's version of yes or no. So true, false. I didn't really go into Booleans yesterday, but basically, for example, you could have a Boolean where it says, oh, I don't know, is program running is equal to true. And that'll tell the computer that the program is running if you happen to use it. But we don't need to use Boolean values. Right now, all we have to do is just brackets. Now, I won't tell it what all these variables and lists and stuff are quite yet, but I'll tell you later in the video, don't worry. Now, we'll use a for loop. What is a for loop? Well, it's kind of like the while loop, except what it does is it iterates through different items in a list or through different letters or characters in a string. So in order to format it, you use for, then item, or any kind of variable name that you want, and a message, or just any kind of any kind of string or list, and then you type the stuff out below. Anyway, what it does is it iterates through the string or list however many times that it needs to, and stores each of the characters or items into this item or whatever variable it is. So for example, if I had this in a for loop and the message was cat, C would be stored to item, and then after the loop has iterated once, A will be stored to item, and then T. Then after that, the for loop will terminate. Anyway, you can also, you don't have to use item. You can use I or word, but in this case, I'll just be using item. Anyway, what to type into the for loop. So, you would use an if-then sequence. You already know what those are. If item is equal to space word is equal to message start counter. Well, what's happening right here? Well, what this is a list splice. Or, well, in this case, it's a string splice, Sorry. Getting my list and strings confused. Anyway, what this does is it splits up a list or a string into different parts. So, for example, with the cat example, you could split cat into C, A, and T. So yeah, and that just stores that little piece into Word. Anyway, next we will be doing word list dot append word. What is this doing? Well, it's just adding this variable called word onto word list. And so if we had a list with floor and ceiling, and you wanted to add word to it, which was wall, you would use this append command, and it would, and your new list would be floor, ceiling, wall. Anyway, now we do start is equal to counter. counter, oops, sorry, have to end the indent right there. Gotta make sure you use spacing correctly. Counter is equal to counter plus 1. Word is equal to message start counter. Word list dot append word. So what's all of this stuff doing exactly? So what it's doing is it's taking your message, the entire sentence, and then splitting it up into individual words. I mean, sure, whenever we read it, we always read it as individual words, but the computer doesn't do that. It's pretty stupid. And so we have to tell it, okay, so this part is an individual word, and this part is an individual word, and all that. And then it'll just cycle each individual word through and print out the pig Latin form of it. And now we will use another for loop. And that is, hold on, have I done something wrong? Oh, I forgot to end this indent too. Sorry about that. Okay. Anyway, another for loop. For word in word list. Letters list is equal to list word. Letters is equal to a number of letters is equal to -1. Consonant checker is equal to 0. Consonant checker. I had to have 2 versions of consonant checkers, by the way. Basically what this part is so far is it's sort of formatting everything so that we can soon in the code turn each word into pig Latin. Anyway, some of the actual enthusiast programmers out there will be like, why the heck is it consonant checker more? Well, my brain couldn't think of anything else to put in. I mean, I could have done like second consonant checker or consonant checker copy, but I just decided that more looked good at that time. I mean, it works. Number of letters 2 is equal to 0. It's a pretty long variable name, isn't it? Yeah, that might make some programmers out there cringe, but whatever. The code works, so don't complain. Altogether is equal to b space. So this is just setting up some more variables. And now let's do a very long while loop. While consonant checker exclamation point equals, just basically means does not equal 1. And, okay, what's and? You didn't explain that in the last video. Basically what it does is it whenever you want to have 2 different parameters inside of a while statement, well, you can do that with the and or the or statement or the XOR, I think. I don't usually use the XOR. So yeah. What the and statement is, well, let's just finish typing out this line first. Number of letters 2 is not equal to number of letters. Okay. So basically what this is doing is it's having two different parameters inside of it. So with the AND statement, what it does is it only continues the while loop while both things are true. Meanwhile, though, if you use the OR loop, then it will continue the program as long as one of the two different parameters works. And you can actually use these parameters for as much as you want. You could have a while statement that has 100 different parameters if you wanted to. However, in this case, we're just going to stick to 2, because I don't want you to freak out. And frankly, I don't want to freak out either. So, A is equal to letters list, open brackets, number of letters 2. If A is equal to A in quotes, or A is equal to E in quotes, or A is equal to I in quotes, or A is equal to O in quotes, or A is equal to U in quotes, or A is equal to Y in quotes, and consonant checker more is equal to 1. So yeah, lots of parameters in this case. What this is basically just checking it is to see if the letter that this program piece is on is a vowel or not, because that's a pretty big part whenever you're doing a Pig Latin. You have to see it if it is a consonant, and if it is, move it to the back. If not a consonant, then don't move it to the back. Anyway, consonant checker is equal to 1. Wait, hold on. Yep. So yeah, at the end of this if loop, I know you had to type a huge if statement, and the then part is just tiny. Anyway, next. Let's see. I have a paper with me that I'm reading the code off of. I can't memorize the code myself, so I'm just trying to find where we are. This does look kind of complicated, doesn't it? So consonant checker 2. Consonant checker is right there. Okay, I found where we are. Yay. Okay, another one with a lot of parameters. If A is, hold on. Nope, sorry. If letters list number of letters 2 is not equal to A, and letters list number of letters 2 is not equal to E. Okay, prepare. This is going to be a long one. And letters list number of letters 2 is not equal to I, and letters list number of letters 2 is not equal to O. Hold on. Did something wrong. Okay. Is not equal to O. And letters list. Oops. And letters list number of letters 2 is not equal to U, and letters list number of letters 2 is not equal to Y. Okay, what was that all about? Why was that so huge? Well, basically, it's just setting up the if-then parameters for looking to see if the letters are consonants or not. You see, the last one was looking for vowels. This one's looking for consonants. And if it finds a consonant, it's going to move it to the back. And also remember that Pig Latin isn't just a consonant and move it to the back. It's an entire group of consonants if there is. So you could have cat and it might become at K. But you could also have chat, and that has 2 consonants at the start of it. But it won't be hat K, it will be at che. So yeah, I have to do that. Anyway, letters list dot append move letters list dot pop number of letters 2. What is this thing doing? What does dot pop do? Well, what it does is instead of adding stuff on, it will actually delete stuff off certain parts of a list. Anyway, consonant checker more is equal to 1. Number of letters 2 is equal to number of letters 2 minus 1. Move this over. Number of letters 2 is equal to number of letters 2 plus 1. Number of letters is equal to number of letters minus 1. All together is equal to empty. For item in letters underscore list. So we're doing another for statement. Okay, guys, I know you're getting tired. This video has gone on for about 24 minutes now, but we are nearing the end. You only have 7 lines left to go, so just stick through. You can do it. Now, we will use an if statement. If item is equal to space continue. What does continue do? What it does is it just continues through a loop. Instead of breaking away like break does, it will just skip through the rest of the loop and then do a whole another iteration. Anyway, all together is equal to all together plus item. So what's this doing? Well, what's just doing it is connecting all the different words in the list that have been converted into Pig Latin. And so it's just converting it back into one entire string so that it can easily be read. Because you can print it out as a list, but it looks very weird because it keeps it all those commas and brackets and stuff. So this just looks a lot better. All together is equal to all together plus A. So here's where we're adding the A on. Finished product is equal to finished product plus all together plus space. Print finished product. We are done. Okay, it looks like there's 45 lines of code instead. So either that means that I miscalculated or I missed something. Well, I guess we'll see now. Guys, always run your code when you have finished. Because, especially with something this long, that gives you as big of a headache as it's given both of us, you should probably run it just to make sure nothing has happened. Okay, so far so good. It's given all the instructions. And now I will type in a sentence without any special characters, numerals, or punctuation. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. We got an error. Okay, name move is not defined. Okay, so let's go back in and see what that is. Okay. Letters list dot append move. So let's see where that was. Okay. Hold on, let me just check through and see what I did wrong. Okay. Okay. Aha! I found what was a problem. Remember how I just said that there are 45 lines of code instead of 46? I skipped one. It always is kind of a headache whenever you find that something's wrong, but it always feels really good to find the problem and fix it. I don't know why, but it's just very nice. So I forgot to put in move is equal to letters list dot letters list number underscore of underscore letters underscore 2. Okay. Let's hope that fixed it. Everything's good. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And we did it! Woo! Yep. So just a quick look at it. Translating in my own head. This is definitely Pig Latin. We did it. I mean, it was very complicated figuring out the code, but gotta remember that if you keep trying and persevering, eventually you're going to get it. Even if it takes you half an hour, like it did with us. Hopefully the time flew by and you were having fun. Probably weren't. This probably took a long time and you didn't finish the video, but glad we got it working. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Make sure to like and subscribe and do all those sorts of things. And also comment if you want to do more. So I've been thinking about show you how I was able to actually post this Python code onto a website. So you could just have it your own website full of Pythonic code with a pig Latin translator for everybody to see. And I have my own, and it's really cool. So I feel like that you guys might want to watch that. But just let me know if you want or not in the comments. And I just hope you enjoyed this video. Remember that all the code will be in the description, so that you can just copy and paste it in if you don't want to watch the entire video. And with that, goodbye.